Hello Year 9 and welcome to today's lesson. I'd like to start by looking at this propaganda poster taken from the Nazi period. What does this poster tell us about the role of women under Nazi rule? What kind of jobs were they meant to do? What was the stereotype of a perfect Nazi woman? Pause the video and jot down a few ideas. Well, let's start off by having a look at the words at the bottom of the poster. Now, Mutter und Kind is German for mother and child, and here we can see a mother nursing her child. So it seems to be suggesting that the role of a woman is as a mother, not in the workplace, but at home with the kids. We can also see that she's wearing blue. Now, blue is associated with the Holy Mary, the Virgin Mary. That's why we always wear blue in our nativities, isn't it? When we played the Virgin Mary. And you know the phrase sacre bleu, sacred blue, comes from the association with Mary. So she's the perfect mother, and here we have this woman here also wearing blue, showing again that she's the perfect mother. In the background there, we have a man ploughing. So clearly it's the man doing the work, not the woman. And we also appear to have a church in the background on her right-hand side. So associations with church, morality. Now, if we look at the woman herself and her child, she is blonde-haired. So she is the perfect Nazi, racially perfect. Now, the Nazis believed that German people were called the Aryan race, and this Aryan race was the most superior, the best race on Earth, and they're typically portrayed as blonde-haired, blue-eyed. So here is a blonde-haired, we presume blue-eyed mother, raising up her perfect Aryan child while her man is at work. So today we're going to be looking at what life was like for women in Nazi Germany. Please could you copy the title? What was life like for women in Nazi Germany? And when you're ready, move on to the next slide. Now here we have an example of 10 rules to be observed when considering a marriage partner. So this was published by the government as advice on who you should marry. Now, my main advice on who we should marry today would be, well, do you love them? If you love them, marry them. But look how that comes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th in the Nazi advice here. Instead, the Nazis are trying to get you to think about the kind of race that you're marrying. So as you are a German, you should marry a spouse or similar of related blood. Now that doesn't mean your brother or your cousin, doesn't mean physically like related in your family, it means somebody of the same race as you. When choosing your spouse, your other half, inquire into his or her forebears. So on the first date, just be like, just checking. Who were your grandparents, any great-grandparents, any great-great-great-grandparents? Do not seek a playmate in marriage. Instead, think about health, purity, and have as many children as possible. It is your duty to have at least 4 offspring in order to ensure the future of the national stock. So you should marry somebody who is a racially pure German, so you can have racially pure babies in order to increase the national stock. A bit bizarre, isn't it? So, what do these images of Nazi women suggest about their role in Germany? We've clearly got this sense that women should be mothers. We can see that on 3 of these posters. We can also see that she is supposed to be fit and healthy, being nice and sporty there. That'll help her have more children if she's fit and healthy. She should also be involved in children's education. We can see a class down at the bottom. And in charity, which we can see in the Nazi propaganda poster that's in red. And if we look at the kind of women that are being showed, they all look alike. They have like a very Nazi way of dressing and appearing. For example, the long blonde plaits there, and they're very traditional kind of peasant clothing. Now, you've heard me give you a little introduction to Nazi women there, but if you watch these little links here, it'll tell you a little bit more about women's role in Nazi Germany. Now, the Nazi policy towards women can be summed up in the 3 Ks. These were church, children, and cooking. Now, I know they begin with C in English, but in German they do begin with K, so we call them the 3 Ks. So women were supposed to go to church, be moral and good and upright. They should have lots of children, and their role was at home, doing the cooking and looking after the family rather than out at work. Now, if you had lots of kids for Hitler, then you could be rewarded by having a Cross of Honour of the German Mother. Now, if you had 4 or 5 children, you would receive a Bronze Cross. If you had 6 or 7 children, you would receive a Silver Cross. And if you had 8 or more, you would receive a Gold Cross. So women didn't serve the state by going out and joining the army or anything. Instead, they served the state, they served the Nazis by having lots of racially pure kids. Now, have a listen to this popular rhyme here. Take hold of kettle, broom and pan, then surely you'll get a man. Shop and office leave alone, your true work lies at home. Very much the stereotype of women look after the kids, men earn things. Now, we started off today with a look at some Nazi propaganda aimed at women to teach them how to be the perfect Nazi woman. You guys are going to make your own propaganda poster today aimed at women that should promote the ideal Nazi woman. So you need to educate women. What should they wear? What kind of activities should they do or not do? Could you include some key facts such as the 3 Ks or the Cross of Honour? On the right hand side there is an example, but I'd like you to be a bit more creative perhaps. Good luck. I look forward to seeing your propaganda posters. Please submit them via Show My Homework when they are complete.